everyone, welcome back to a whole new video. Welcome if you're new. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. Welcome. And for my returning subscribers, my regulars, my day ones, thank you guys so much for tuning in and thank you so much for being here. And guys, I have filmed this video about 3 times. I have filmed this video about 3 times and this is my last attempt on filming the video. So if you guys see this video, that means that it went well. If you don't see it, then it don't really matter because you won't be seeing it. But the reason why I wanted to film this particular video, it's been a video that has been on the list of videos that I wanted to include in my self-help, self-development, self-motivation series here on my channel, which I do need to put all of those videos in a playlist if I'm being honest. The reason why I wanted to do this video is because too many times I feel like in conversation with people, also just in general in life, I find like you hear a lot, like people are doing a lot of comparison about, you know, why the things that they don't have. But the way that people are depressed and stressed in our lives right now is very mind-blowing to me. So that's why I was like, I really want to do this video and I really want to share this for my subscribers. But I really wanted to do a video on comparing yourself to other people. Also, as a creator, I get that a lot. Like I get people in my DM saying, oh my gosh, I wish I had your life. I haven't even gotten to this live. Or there are people who have started content creating and they're like, oh my gosh, how did you get here? I wish. And although sometimes when people say they wish for something, it's a good thing, I also sometimes feel like it stems from comparison. So I really wanted to do a video on how you can go about practically like stop comparing yourself to other people. So I felt like this video is timely, especially going into the new year. And also I do hope that it helps anybody that's watching this particular video and you find yourself comparing yourself to other people. Sometimes you're doing it and you don't even know that you're doing it. Sometimes things are happening in life and you're not even aware that that is what's going on. So with that being said, and this long intro, let's get into this video. The first tip that I would recommend that can practically help you to stop comparing yourself is limit your time on social media. I said it. Limit your time on social media. Nothing is wrong if you are a social media person and you love being on social media, but you're definitely going to need to limit your time on social media because social media puts you in a space to compare yourself. Because a lot of times on social media you have your peers, you have your cousins, you have just people that are in your close circle and you're seeing things and it puts you in a space like it makes you always ask yourself a question. Am I not hustling enough? Do I need to change careers? Should I get into this because someone else is in that and they're making money? And so it puts you in a space of comparison and it can also put you in a space of jealousy. And one of the things that I've realized is that when you start comparing yourself to someone, you also start creating a habit or creating a characteristic trait of jealousy. Comparison, in my opinion, can lead to jealousy. Not necessarily that everybody's gonna get jealous of other people, but I feel like it can, if you get me, like it can definitely make you, put you in a space of why is this happening for her but it's not happening for me. And so I would definitely recommend that you limit your time on social media. Please remember that social media is a highlight reel. What people post on the platforms is what they want to share on the platforms. Majority of the times people are not sharing their bad days, people are not sharing their bad experiences, and those people who do, kudos to them. But also majority of the time, majority of people are sharing a life that they know that you want to see. Influencers and content creators are giving you what they think you want to see and not necessarily what they are even living in their own right. Okay, just telling y'all. And if you didn't know, well, now you know. But I do believe that you guys know, but I'm just saying, if you didn't know, now you know. And I can't I have to be with the girlies like myself who are very real and say, yeah, social media, take it with a pinch of salt. So now we can actually get into the things that you can actually be mindful of, and some of these things you may already know, but I definitely just felt like this would also be good, and it would be a good reminder for anyone who feels stuck or they're going into the new year feeling they have not accomplished anything and they haven't done anything and they wasted their 2024 and all of that good stuff. Next tip that I would recommend is to make sure that you know and understand that everybody's stories is different. I think that this is a big thing to note after that whole social media rant, but I think that this is a big thing to know because all of our experiences in life are different. You and I can be doing the same thing and we have a totally different experience in the same thing. You and I can be at the same job, or we can be doing the same master's program, and our experiences are totally different. They may be similar in some way, but they are still different. Everybody's story is different, and it is also important to remember that your experiences in life, both good and bad experiences in life, is what really helps to mold you and take you into your next phase within this life. And so it's very important to understand that everybody is different. Although you aspire or people inspire you, you cannot be anyone but yourself, and your experiences are only going to be your experiences, and you should be open and happy to have these experiences because they do help to mold you into a better person. Look at your lessons as lessons learned or things to learn, and try your best to focus on your own experiences. The next tip that I would recommend to take note of is to make sure that you understand that you are unique in your own right. You are your own person. You cannot compare yourself to anyone. And I know that there are people who are watching this video and be like, okay, yeah, I know I'm unique in my own right. Do you really know that though? Like, are you very much aware? And if you are, this is a reminder to you that you are unique in your own right. You have your own skills, you have your own talent, you have your own way that you do things. And instead of sitting down and comparing yourself to someone else and how they do things and how things are being done over there, you might want to take yourself more seriously. You might want to focus on yourself a lot more rather than focusing on other people. And one of the things that I've realized in life and from my own experiences, the more I look at other people and try to compare myself to what they have going on there, is the more I lose myself, is the more I get depressed, is the more I feel stressed, is just the more that I'm like demotivated in life in general. And so it's very important for you to be mindful that you are unique, and the things that you are doing is only unique to you. Although it may look like what someone else is doing, it's not what someone else is doing. And for example, everyone says, oh, everybody's doing content creation, okay, so what? Everybody's doing content creation, but everybody's personality is different. You will vibe with me, but you may not vibe with someone else, or you may love my personality, but you may not love someone else's personality. But there is some people that would love that person. And so that's a perfect example of why it's important for you to know that you are unique within your own right. I can have a product, someone else can review a product, and the review is very much similar, but the personality and how the person is doing it is very different. You may not even resonate with me like that, but you may resonate with someone who has similar situation as you, and stuff like that. So it's very important for you to be mindful of the fact that you are unique, and it's important for you to start focusing on your uniqueness and seeing what can I do with this uniqueness? Can I make money out of it? Should I further develop it by doing some additional course or what have you, to kind of bring yourself back grounded, and to always know that's important for you to not really look at what other people are doing. It's nice to see what they're doing, but just knowing that I am unique within my own right, and this is my story. Nothing in life, everything that happens in your life is based on the choices that you've made, and so it's very important to understand that, and to understand that you can't be like anyone but yourself. The next tip that I want to recommend is making sure that you're a person who has an attitude of, I want to learn, I'm open to learning. Sometimes when we see other people being more happy and more successful than us, it puts us in a space of comparison, because you start asking yourself, why is that person so happy? Why is that person more successful? What are they doing that I am not doing? And it can also spin off into jealousy and spin off into you having just a negative vibe and a negative energy. And when you think about it, what does that really do to you? It really isn't helping you in any way. You're still not going to grow the way that you want to grow. You are probably more than likely still not going to be as successful as them, because you are now in a space where you have started to compare yourself. You started to focus on that person so much, and sometimes we don't even know that we're doing that. And so you want to kind of have a better spirit and a spirit of learning, and instead of looking at that person and being a lot jealous or being jealous of that person, maybe you may want to reach out to that person and be like, hey, I really admire you, congratulations on ABC 1 2 3, but I've really been wanting to get into this particular space or get into this particular career path. How is it that you think that I can do that? And just being genuinely happy for that person as well. I think when you are genuine about being happy for other people, it gives you this new perspective of life. Some of us just have a jealous spirit, and some people need to pray away that jealous spirit. But it's very important for you to not be jealous of anybody. It's also important for you to have a learning attitude rather than having an attitude of comparing yourself or having an attitude of jealousy. And if it is that you want to do something, maybe you need to be more open to learning on how to do it to be more successful. So the next thing I want to note or to remind you guys is that perfection is not a thing. Perfection is in fact a myth. That's one of the things that I feel like is definitely a myth, is perfection. And you want to be mindful of that, because a lot of times we compare ourselves and we say, oh, it's not the right moment, we don't have this, we don't have that to do the things that we want to do, and that's a myth. If it is that you want to do something in life, you definitely should just go ahead and do it. There is no perfect time, there is no perfect moment. And I know there is perfect moments, but I'm basically saying there's no perfect time to do something that you want to do. You should always be ready and open, and to also know that we all make mistakes. Life is about making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. And so it would be better for you to start something in your life rather than sit down and compare yourself to someone else, and do what it is that you need to do to get to where you want to be, rather than thinking there is not the perfect time, I'm not ready, I want to make sure that everything is perfect. It is still not going to be perfect. It is still not going to be perfect. So you might as well just go ahead and do it. The next tip I would also recommend: believe in your own journey. And definitely this is something that is dear to my heart, because that was definitely something that I had to, and I consistently have to battle, is to make sure that I'm always reminding myself that I need to believe in myself, and I also need to believe in the journey that I'm currently on. I also have to remind myself that everything does take time, and where it may work out faster for my friend, it's just not that case for me. And it's not in a bad way, it's not in a sad way, it's just not my time. And I may need to give something time. I may also need to not get discouraged because something isn't working out the way that I want it to work out when I want it to work out. God works in mysterious ways, and things happen to you in the time when it is supposed to happen, not a minute before and not a minute after. And one of the things that I've realized in life, what is for you will always be for you. And so it's very important for you to believe in your life journey, believe in your life vision, and just believe in yourself, and not compare yourself to someone else's life journey, or not get jealous because your life journey seems to be very slow or slower than someone else's. The next tip I want to recommend as well on this journey of stop comparing yourself to someone else is to make sure that you genuinely celebrate people. If someone is doing something, don't be jealous about what they're doing. Genuinely celebrate them, because they more than likely worked hard for what they have, or even if they did not work hard for it, or as hard as you feel like they need to work, like who asked you? But even if it is that you don't feel like that, still genuinely be happy for people. A lot of times people are just not genuinely happy for other people, and that is definitely some self-reflection that person needs to do, and some introspection that person needs to do as to why am I not happy for my friend, or why am I not happy for my colleague on their promotion. And sometimes it's warranted, because hey, I'm probably a better I do my work better than that person, but there may be qualities in that person that they have that you don't have. Sometimes you may not have that leadership quality, but that person have that leadership quality, and they're able to get promoted quicker than you. And so it's very important for you to just be genuinely happy for other people's successes. When someone is doing something, you should be proud of them, if it's your friend, your family, or even if it's a stranger. And it's very important for you to celebrate someone, because your time is also going to come, and you also want people to celebrate you. And another thing, people, energy doesn't lie. And so you want people to want to be around you genuinely, because they know that you have a good soul, and you are supportive, and you're a good person. And I think in life, the aim is to really be the best version of yourself. And if you are going to be that best version of yourself, being a jealous person cannot be a good characteristic trait to have. Try to avoid people who always have something negative to say. Like, if you're around people who always have something negative to say, definitely you want to kind of lock them off, because 99% of the time, those are the people who are bringing that comparison energy into your life. But sometimes people are the ones that put you in a space of comparison. They in themselves are comparing you to other people. And I just think it's my generation lately. I just feel like if you don't have a house, if you don't have a husband, like those type of things are what is being pushed. And I often feel like, even if I'm happy being single, living my best life, traveling the world, doing whatever, you are going to have someone that's gonna be like, so when are you gonna get married? Don't you see ABC 1 2 3 getting married? Or when are you gonna have a baby? Don't you see this person have a baby? They have gotten into, when are you gonna buy a home? ABC 1 2 3, Tom, Dick, Harry, Jane, Jack, John, all of these people have a home. When are you gonna get a home? And that puts a lot of pressure on you. It also makes you feel like you have not accomplished anything. And so it's very important for you to avoid those people, because everybody's journey in life, like I said before, is different. And yes, you may not be in a space where you have a child right now. Some people don't even want kids, and people are forcing them to have kids. But I'm saying that to say, like, that is not your journey right now. And so try to avoid your interactions with people like that. And if you cannot avoid those interactions, because half the time these people are your family, you need to put them in their place. You know, you need to put them in your place. Or if you feel like someone is going down that path, I had that done to me the other day. If you feel like someone is going down a path of, oh, I have this, I have that, you should get this, you should be doing this, you should be focusing on this should be that, just be like, okay, cool, anyways, I gotta go. Cut the conversation, hang up your phone and go about your business, or remove yourself from the situation, leave that conversation. Because again, those people are planting a seed in your head, and that seed is going to unravel, not into something positive, but into something negative. And you don't need that in your life at this moment. You don't need to be subjected to someone else comparing you to other people. Like, you don't need that in your life. And so you really want to choose setting healthy boundaries with people, and avoiding those type of people. And the final tip in this video is always remember, comparison is a choice. You do not have to do it. So all of the tips that I said to you before, it's things that you can actually work towards not comparing yourself. But at the end of the day, it is your choice if you want to compare yourself. It is your choice when you compare yourself to someone else. It starts with your mindset. And a lot of times when people say, how do I reinvent myself? How do I become the best version of myself? Everything starts with your mindset. If you have a more positive outlook on life, if you are very grateful and you are living in the moment, trust and believe me, you will not have any time to be comparing yourself to other people. Write your goals down, focus on yourself. And one of the things that I know for a fact is that when you have tunnel vision with your life and your journey, nothing else that anyone else is doing becomes anything that you feel like you need to compare yourself to, or you're in a rat race or in a competition with someone. It is legit you focusing on you knowing that you were born by yourself. You're more than likely gonna leave the earth by yourself, and the things that you're doing them for yourself, for your kids, for your family, what have you. And so I feel a lot of times it really begins with you. You have a choice to remove yourself from certain conversations, remove yourself from certain situations, and mentally know and be mindful that my life and someone else's life will never be the same. And I think the moment you start realizing that and you start really focusing on yourself, prioritizing yourself, your health, your life, your self-care, all of those things, you will definitely not be someone who compares themselves or who's jealous of anyone. It's important for you to accept in life that this is your journey. Yes, people are beside you on that journey, but it is your journey nonetheless. The decisions that you make in life is your decisions. The experiences, both good and bad, are your experiences. And so you're definitely going to have to accept, even when you make bad decisions, those are things that you're definitely going to have to accept. And to just be okay and to love yourself and give yourself that grace and that opportunity to grow and to just be that best version of yourself. I think when you start working on yourself in a different capacity in life, you start focusing on the things that you genuinely need to start focusing on. And where even if you see people doing things and people are successful and all of that good stuff, it will never faze you, simply because you already know that you are happy for them, you're happy for what's going on in their life, but it's not your turn. And when it is your turn, it's more than likely going to be different. Also, we shouldn't want to be like anybody but ourselves. Like, you are unique, you're awesome. Like, no need to compare, no need to want to be, no need to be jealous of anybody's things. Another thing, you don't know what people out here are doing to get the things and to get to make the moves that they're making. And so that is also the final tip. You just never know. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little chit chat. I really wanted to bring this video before 2025 simply because I just want my subscribers to know that it's okay if you are not in the position that you feel that everybody and their mother is at, and it is okay if you don't even want to do the things that everyone else is doing. Just know that there's no need for you to compare yourself to anybody. And as a fact, if it is that you are going to compare yourself to anybody, you need to compare yourself to yourself. And you need to compare yourself to the point where you're like, this is who I was back in 2018 and this is where I am at now, and I am loving where I'm at now, and I can't wait to see where I'm going to be in 2025. And with all of that being said, I'm going to leave you guys here with that last thought, and I'll talk to you guys in my next upload. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope you enjoyed, and I really do hope that you did get something from this particular video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.